Alright guys, what's going on? So we're here at, this is Scott's shop. So this is where he does most of his work from. There's the Audi, there's the Supra. You guys saw in that last clip I drove it here. But this shop is pretty sweet. So, tons of room, both cars sitting in here. A couple of jet skis maybe for a future project. We'll see about that. But we got the Audi in here and we're gonna start going through it and see what's going on with it. Okay, so there's the bumper we're gonna try to fit on there. And we got to somehow get it to bolt onto those. But before we dive into it, we're going to look at all the other random things that are not right with this car.
So yeah, no, we were just looking at this front mount intercooler. It's not even mounted to anything on the car. It's literally just held up literally by the hoses. The intercooler piping. Yeah,
we were like looking to see, and
there's no brackets, nothing. So we might have to fabricate something from here to connect these all up and tie them into the structure of the car. These wires, I honestly think this is for the alarm or something, but there's just a relay here and some other stuff, and it kind of goes in here. We're gonna check and see what's in here. Wanted to see what ECU this had. So if it's a standalone or if it's stock ECU.
So yeah, there's a lot of like just little random things that we need to figure out with this car. And in the last video when we showed you guys the car driving around, we weren't sure if it's on a standalone ECU or if it's tuned at all or whatever. But it was making some steam. I mean, it was like 18 pounds of boost and it was shooting flames and stuff out the back, which is pretty cool. I don't know if it was supposed to do that, but what is that? All right, we think we found something.
So it's on it. So I don't know if that's definitely
Maltronics,
yeah.
Stage 2. So it's got to be tuned.
Don't forget the plus.
The plus. Stage 2 plus. 2016. Well, that kind of explains that. I mean, I'm curious what's inside that.
Into the firewall. Oh, this might actually go to the...
Is that going to the gauge?
Probably the gauge, yeah.
So the gauge inside here is what we were reading with boost, which is actually pretty decent little boost gauge there. So we don't know what this is. There's just a random switch there. We're still figuring out the shifter stuff, but there's a lot going on in here. So we showed in the last video, there's a ton of just like random wiring. I'm assuming this is for the aftermarket lights.
Headlights, yeah.
Because there's like the halo rings in there, so there's going to be a bunch of extra wiring for that. I wonder if we just diagnose that and pull out whatever we don't want.
Yeah.
And then this side's going to have the same thing. A bunch of wiring down there. Take this air box out probably with all the tissues.
This poor guy.
Dude, we found like how many of these things? And then what we were thinking too is, in order to fit this bumper on, we're gonna have to trim the intercooler piping down.
This transitional cleaner right here.
So there's a lot, like there's so much room in there for activities. Like I don't know why that pipe sticks out as far as it does. So there's the coupler for the turbo, and that could be brought in a ton more. Same with the top one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the fact that this thing's not even, it's not even like bolted on. So, I mean, other than that, that's not bad. So, yeah, if we bring the intercooler up a little bit, so we'll have to see what we need to do there. I mean, we could take the couplers off and just lift the intercooler up. And then kind of going through more stuff. And like I said in the other video, we've got a ton of plans for this car, so we need to figure out where to start. It runs and it drives, so that's a good plus there, so we don't have to worry about that stuff. But the exhaust is going to need to be gone through. I climbed up underneath the car, not climbed underneath, but looked underneath the car, and there was a bunch of, what would you say, aggressively average welding underneath the car. Aggressively average, so it was pretty rough. There was some stuff that wasn't even fully welded out, which it's crazy that it sounded as good as it did with it not even being fully welded out. So, well, what do you want to do now? Do you want to pull some of this stuff off and just, I think if we take that off there, and at least just look at what's going underneath that.
Get the intercooler off.
Yeah, at least get an idea of what we want to do there. Sweet. So I think what we'll do is we'll just pull this off real quick. We'll see how much we can move that up, because we'd like to get the bumper on so it's not, I mean, it looks cool with all these pipes and stuff, but we definitely want to cover this stuff up with a nice bumper if we've got it, and then figure this out, because all this excess wiring that's in here. We probably need to clean that up or go through it and figure out what we don't need there. And then we might pull some of this stuff off here just to look at what's going on underneath this, like just an intake manifold up underneath there, valve covers, everything. Just kind of do a little once over. And then Scott found all this stuff here, and I don't think we need all that. We can throw it in the excess wire bin if we need to.
You should probably have a little bin just to catch everything that we take off of this.
All the stuff that's gonna fall out the bottom of it. And then we can probably like pull the air box out. I mean, they went in and they drilled some holes in it to get some better airflow, which race car, I guess. Other than that, it's a good start. It's definitely a good project. We just need to figure out, yeah, like I'm pretty sure that's a piece of like ABS pipe for like your
or some type of plumbing
for like your toilet.
yeah, right.
So we can always pull it off. I could always make something too, you know, if we wanted to weld some sort of, it looks like a 6-inch piece there, but all right, well, let's get to it. Well, we found a lot of oil leaking in and around this engine. We pulled the intercooler piping off, and you can see all the oil in there. But on a positive note, if we want to add a big single alternator, we have a plan. So we found that that's the exhaust manifold right there. This runs down along the side of the engine to the turbo that is back there. So that bolt right there is what's bolting into the turbo, and then that's the down pipe, so it's like a weird little elbow in the back of the turbo for the hot side. So I think it'd be easy enough to, I think, cut that right there, and then we just bring a piece of tubing up and we make that new guy sit right there.
Yep.
I think there's gonna be a lot of heat right there, so we'll have to clean up a lot of this stuff. But I've seen that it just runs, the tubing just runs straight over the top of this, right? And then, because it's going to have to go to the intercooler, so it's going to go this way down. I almost wonder if it's easier to put the down pipe on that side, so the turbo's facing this way. I know in the pictures I've seen the compressor housing's over here, but I don't think it would really matter, right? Because I just think if you can...
the air filter on this side to come into it, and then the hot side's going to go down right here. Which
but then
probably means we're going to have to redo the impeller or the intercooler itself.
Well, yeah, if we're going to a single, then it's going to be, we don't need any of that stuff. We can get rid of all this stuff as well. But yeah, I think you could just do like some Schedule 40 tubing, which is pretty inexpensive, and just bring it up this way and then put the flange. I would say Well, I don't think it really matters. We can put the turbo wherever we want. We just got to figure out how high we want it to sit. And then I think do the merge collector, because it's only going to be the 2. I mean, that looks like 1.5 inches. Maybe 2 inch down there. Yeah. I wanted to weld right onto that. So if we could take, that might be a pain though, to take those manifolds off to get to it. But I think if you cut it right on that elbow right there, and then just put so it's coming up, so do like a 90 or a 45, so it runs it up this way, and then just put that merge collector right there. But I'm thinking for the downpipe, if the turbo is running, the compressor's over here, you have that room right there for the downpipe to run down through there. Over on this side, there's just a lot going on. I mean, we'll have to go through and kind of rip some of that stuff out or figure that part of it out. But I think you're right. I don't think we're going to have to cut any of this.
No.
I think it should sit.
Yeah.
And just go through like whatever this stuff is here. And there's like, that's a wiring harness right there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, if these turbos are leaking, which they are because there's oil in, I think, all of them.
Yeah.
So both sides are bad. All this will be gone. So you're going to have one single pipe going from that down to one side of the intercooler. And then you're going to have the one coming over, however you want to do it. You could do it over the top. You could do some fancy thing going through here to the other side. And then you can just put your filter here. Or if you want to put the turbo facing that way, we can. We'll just need to figure out, or the turbo facing this way, I mean. We'll just need to figure out this stuff back here. But, because I think, yeah, you may be right. Because then you can put your filter for the inlet right here. There's just a ton of room on this side.
Some paneling or something right here to
not sucking up water. I mean, we could put the turbo right there. Because I mean, if you did, because we don't have to mess with, you have just this one for the, for the airfill, for the, mass airflow sensor or whatever. But you could, I don't know, that might be a lot going on there too, huh?
Yeah, it's a tight squeeze
to try to get the downpipe through there. Yeah. So I was thinking we could cut that, bring it around, have the turbo sit right here, and then you'd bring the other side up and over through here and merge it.
I think why people put it in the middle is just because you get to access to the spark plugs.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't want to block that out.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a lot more room back there than I thought.
Yeah, I know.
This is just a clutter of stuff back here, but I wonder if those are easy to get to, the turbos from underneath, to pull those off. Or I talked about these in one of my other videos, just diverter valves versus blow-off valves. Diverters basically just put the excess boost back into the charging system so your fuel and everything matches to the airflow, so you don't lean out or don't get too rich. It would be more rich because you're getting rid of the air. But going the route we're going, doing an external blow-off valve, we don't need those. Nice. They just went through their hose clamp bin and just got whatever fit. All of them are like way too big. On all of them. Sweet. Well, this has been interesting to say the least. Bunch of just random plugs throughout the entire car, but shouldn't be. There's a lot more room than I thought there would be for our future endeavors. But the turbos are definitely bad. I mean, we pulled, well, let me show you. They were just behind the headlight?
Yeah, but like this one and these two are for the headlight.
And then there's just random.
These ones are just all zip tied.
I mean, they look important. They're big.
Yeah. And it has.
What's that Incredible Hulk one right there?
Well, this one's still.
Oh, dude, what a mess.
Oh, there's that wire that we were trying to figure out what it went to.
The one single wire. It really,
It has a black.
it's coming out of this harness up here, but it makes me,
down into here.
worries me a little bit. Pulled the intercooler off. That's a telltale sign that your turbo's probably bad. And it's like that on both sides. Oh, this is the one I just took off right here, and it's all coated in oil. Chicken wire? Oh, I heard that adds 10 horsepower.
The zip tie is still there. The chicken wire, like
Zip tie and chicken wire?
Yep.
That ain't going nowhere.
dude, look at that.
Look at how much oil's coming out of it. That's not good. It's crazy that it ran as well as it did. I'll do some research on this. Maltronics RC7. I wonder if it's like chipped or something. I don't know. That's good though. I mean, we'll leave that right where it needs to be. And I mean, if anything, JR could probably tune it. If there's a way to plug into it.
Altec can just stand alone.
Or yeah, if we wanted to go to like an ECU master.
Yeah.
I just like the ECU master stuff because it's easy to do. It's easy to hook up. I mean, same thing, 6 coil packs, fuel stuff. So anyways, yeah, bad turbos. I actually saw in the last video when you were getting on it and then you like let off, there's a big puff of like white smoke. So that's a good indicator that they not be spinning right. So, but look at all this stuff. Jeez, it seems a little overkill.
That's a lot of, yeah.
It's a lot of stuff. We should do a headlight that has like the hole for the turbo. Yeah, like that one I sent you.
One turbo on each headlight.
Dude, I'm telling you, that'd be cool.
That would be.
It'd be a little challenging to try to run stuff through that hole right there, but I think the big single's the way to go.
Yeah.
And depending on how it's registered, dude, let's just do it at the hood. Hood exit. And it'd be easy to cut it.
Yeah.
Or a fender exit. It's right here. No, I don't know. Yeah, I think if we can wrap it into the factory exhaust going out the back, let's do that. I wish we had a turbo. I should have brought my turbo from home to mock it up. Look and see what it looks like with the GTX 35 on there. Because this isn't a 3.0 liter, right? It's 2.7?
2.7.
So I mean, that turbo, the GTX 35, would spool up just fine on this. Well, the plot thickens. We're gonna pull the front clip off because we're finding all sorts of just random things. The AC compressor, right?
Yeah, they just cut the tubes.
The tubes, like the Freon tubes, they're just cut, so they're not going anything.
And there's no heat for the inside.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Okay, this isn't my uncle, just so I'll let you know. I got you.
got you. Don't want to run his name through the mud.
Uncle, yeah, no, this guy, he
Dude,
just
what?
kind of put 290s and recirculated whatever back in the thing. So
Yeah, so the heater, you can see the heater core fittings are just broken.
It's all like,
Just broken.
yep.
So he just bypassed it and just left that there. So, cool. But yeah, there's tons of oil all over this thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this front clip off here so we can just get to the front of the motor and see it a little bit better. But it seems pretty easy. Yeah, just a handful of bolts. And that whole thing should come out. We'll have to...
Check the coolant.
The coolant's going to dump out, but probably not a bad idea to look at it either. See what the condition is with that. But we'll pull that whole clip off and then we can see the whole front of the motor. And that'll get us ready for future projects.
Yep.
All right, let's do it. Okay, that that is a whole lot of motor. Okay, well, we got pretty much everything ripped off the front of the engine, so now we have an idea on how to move forward from here and what we want to do with this car. You guys probably already gathered that we're going to put a single turbo on it, so we got to figure out how to route everything. We may just pull the engine completely out of the car so we can clean everything, and then get a plan to maybe utilize the stock turbo manifolds on here to basically build some sort of a Y pipe to put the turbo right up there on top of the engine. So, but yeah, that's it. That will conclude all of the teardown for today.
Yeah.
Exciting stuff. So stay tuned for more videos, and yeah, get ready for a single turbo, and we be done.